Now you wouldn't hurt me, Sharon.
I've got to say, I get up every morning, except for the fact that I can't get up out of this bed. It's been about 3 years that I've been in bed. It makes me feel because I can't do anything.
Behind every number on the scale is a story, a fight for life, for dignity, for hope. These aren't just weight loss journeys. They're battles against pain, loss, and years of unimaginable hardship. From tearful confessions to moments where all seems lost, these struggles cut straight to the heart. These are the heartbreaking struggles on My 600-Pound Life. Lacey never pictured her life shrinking to this. Every movement calculated, every breath a struggle. But here she is. The cruel irony? She still has a boyfriend, Ricky, who says he loves her enough to carry her burdens, even while adding to them. At over 600 pounds, her body is breaking down, but his constant presence and care make it easier to ignore the danger. She leans on him, literally and figuratively, not just to move, but to keep the plates coming. Each step she takes is because of him, and every bite is too.
Every morning, feeling intense pain. It's constant now, and there's no part of my body that doesn't hurt.
Ricky's devotion runs deep, too deep. He wipes her, brings her meals, and keeps her comforted. But behind that devotion lies a darker truth. His love is killing her. Every burger, every soda, every loaded plate is wrapped in affection but dripping with destruction. Lacey doesn't resist. She clings to the comfort, letting him shield her from the reality that this help is actually harm. It's not just food that has her hooked. It's the warmth of being cared for, even when that care is slowly poisoning her future.
I do have a boyfriend. I met him a month ago on a dating site, and since then, we've seen each other every single day. I was upfront with him about my situation.
Food has always been her escape, her indulgence, her constant, and now, even the path to change starts with a detour through a drive-thru. Lacey books an appointment with doctor now, but she can't face the trip without loading up on something greasy first. It's old habits steering the wheel, literally. She's on her way to ask for help while simultaneously feeding the very problem she's begging to fix. The contradiction is almost absurd, like trying to clean a wound while rubbing dirt in it at the same time.
There's no greater pleasure in this world than eating food. It's a more pleasure button for me than sex. It pleasures me. Food, it's everything to me.
After filling up, she starts the long trek to Houston. But with her weight, nothing is simple, not even travel. A minor mishap quickly turns into a major ordeal. Getting checked, moved, and calmed down becomes an exhausting production. By the time they're halfway there, the trip feels less like a journey of hope and more like a gauntlet. And the emotional toll? Heavy. The stress of simply getting to Dr. Now shows exactly how fragile her situation has become. And they haven't even made it to his clinic doors yet.
Papa burger with extra bacon, and I'll take a root beer, mashed potatoes and gravy.
I need an order of mashed potatoes and gravy, please. Thank you.
Finally, she's in front of Dr. Now, and you can see him assessing everything: her words, her body, her mindset. His verdict? She isn't ready. Not for the discipline, not for the grind, and definitely not for the sacrifices it will take. He's seen the difference between wanting change and wanting an easier way out, and right now, Lacey is chasing the shortcut. It's written all over her face. She wants results without the climb. And in Dr. Now's world, that mindset is the first step toward failure.
She pooped herself and she was just taking a fart, you know, like anybody does, and, well, it wasn't a fart. And so I think she needs to get off the...
The assignment is clear: lose 50 to 60 pounds in 2 months. Ricky, still hopeful, tries to push her into some exercise at home, but you can feel the drag, his determination clashing with her resistance. It's like watching someone try to haul a stalled car uphill with the brakes on. Every squat, every stretch is met with reluctance, like she's moving through quicksand made of her own excuses. Effort is foreign to her, and it shows. This is uncharted territory, and she's not convinced the destination is worth the struggle.
Okay, Lacey, you're 36 years old.
Yes.
So you have a goal in your life.
Yes, I want to lose weight and have a happier lifestyle.
Their relationship moves fast, engaged within months, but as the ring sparkles, the scale stays the same. The ultimate red flag? She skips her follow-up appointment with doctor. Now, if she can't show up when everything in her life is supposedly blooming, what hope is there when the excitement fades? It's not that love is meaningless, it's that it's powerless against habits that have been decades in the making. And Ricky, for all his affection, can't fight the battle she refuses to step into.
Ready for your adventure at the park? Well, we're gonna walk at least about halfway.
Do you want me to kick you now, or?
Oh, come on, you couldn't.
I'm gonna kick you.
It's
gonna be fun for me.
Body's like, ooh, girl, I'm getting some physical out of me, huh?
She misses her weigh-in, which Dr. Now takes as a bad sign. But before she can even face the fallout, life throws another wild curveball. Something unexpected happens on the way to the clinic, the kind of chaotic moment that would push anyone to reevaluate their priorities. But Lacey, she handles it with the same stubbornness she's shown all along. Instead of proving she can rise to the occasion, she stumbles, both figuratively and literally, reminding everyone why change still feels out of reach.
And I had to like prepare mentally and physically to like move before I moved down there.
Well, let's see. If you haven't lost any weight, then there's no point move to Houston because not moving ahead with you. So you have to check your weight to see that before you move here.
What once looked like a fairy tale engagement collapses overnight. Ricky calls it quits, fed up with her refusal to change. For him, it's survival, an escape from watching her slowly deteriorate. For her, it's a crushing blow, a betrayal she didn't see coming. But in truth, the cracks were always there. His departure is both an emotional earthquake and a wake-up call, though whether she'll answer it is another matter entirely. The dream of forever is gone, and so is her strongest enabler.
Don't cry. That
This hurts.
nasty. She looked nasty. She didn't take care of herself. How could you even want to be seen in public with somebody like that? My
The breakup turns brutal when Ricky leaves her stranded by the side of the road, sitting in her car, helpless. For most people, that's humiliating. For Lacey, at her size, it's downright dangerous. Calling the police to come get her feels like a scene from a bad movie, except this one's painfully real. Being abandoned isn't just about heartbreak, it's about survival suddenly feeling impossible without the one person who's been making it possible all along.
For coming, short notice.
It'll be okay.
You've known me a long time.
Yes, you'll be fine.
Her name's Michelle, and she said her and her family are planning to move to Houston from Washington. And so that was perfect for my situation. And after I told her what happened to me, she said I might be able to live with her and her family.
Now, with Ricky gone, she has to handle everything alone. That means getting her stuff out of the truck, finding a place to live, and managing daily life without the man who used to wipe her tears and bring her dinner. But independence at over 600 pounds is no inspirational montage. It's survival in hard mode. Every move, every box, every step is a reminder of just how far she's let herself go, and how far she'll have to climb if she really wants to change.
I'm disappointed and scared right now because I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know what I'm gonna do if I'm not getting weight loss surgery.
Hello.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Good?
It looked like you got a new friend now.
Yeah, this is my friend Michelle.
Surprisingly, Ricky comes back, not for love, but for closure. He apologizes, tells her she needs to follow him to Dr. Now, and slips back into his old role of rescuer. But trust isn't something you can patch up with an apology, especially after leaving her roadside. She agrees to go, but the emotional whiplash is hard to ignore. The dynamic hasn't changed. He's still leading, she's still following. But now the cracks are too deep to pretend this is a solid foundation.
So where do you live now?
I don't live anywhere now. I was moving to Houston, and the apartment that I was going to live in fell through, so that there's no apartment here, and I have no things. No furniture for the apartment.
And here's the gut punch. After everything, after the breakup, the reunion, the drama, and the chaos, Lacey still doesn't lose enough weight to qualify for surgery. The numbers don't lie. All the emotional highs and lows, all the supposed wake-up calls, and she's still stuck in the same cycle. This was supposed to be her rock bottom, the place where she'd finally dig in and fight. Instead, it's just another chapter of excuses and missed chances, a story that refuses to find its happy ending.
And I think she orchestrates that to some degree because it is a constant excuse for her unhealthy choices. So right now, I'm not sure she's going to be willing to give up the way she's living.
From the start, it's the same toxic dance. Lisa pulling the strings and her husband playing along. He doesn't want to feed her junk, but she twists his arm until he caves. Bathing? Forget it. Her mornings are an unbroken sprint from waking up to stuffing her face. Everything else, hygiene, movement, self-respect, comes after that first mouthful. He knows it's dangerous, but keeping the peace means keeping the food coming. And for Lisa, peace is measured in bites, not in days lived without risking her life for the next greasy fix.
Babe, I'm getting hungry. Most of the time, he does all the cooking. Wish I could help out a lot more. I know Randy wants that. Poor guy.
The sight of Lisa's room is enough to make you gag. Mountains of crumbs, crusted stains on the sheets, a stale odor that seeps into the walls. She hasn't stood on her own in years, but her appetite is still sprinting marathons. This isn't just messy, it's an ecosystem built entirely around eating. Everything she needs is within arm's reach, and the rest of the world may as well not exist. She's cocooned in filth, feeding herself like nothing outside that room matters. And for her, nothing does, except the next plate landing in her lap.
But then by the time you're done, you feel so guilty. It's like, it wasn't worth it. Or eating all that food because you know that food's killing you. You know how bad it is? It's absolutely terrible.
Lisa claims she's clueless about losing weight, yet her actions tell the real story. She plows through breakfast like it's a race against extinction. Seconds? Always. Snacks? Constant. A second breakfast? Why not? It's like she's prepping for a famine that never comes. She talks about change, but not once does she act like she's aiming for it. Every greasy bite is a step backward, even as she swears she's ready to move forward. The truth is, she's playing both sides, pretending to seek help while treating her body like a garbage disposal on overdrive.
And then if it's bath time, we'll take a bath. Get some soak and rags and wash my legs and rinse them off.
When it's time to talk to Dr. Now, Lisa refuses to travel to Houston, citing her size as the barrier. Instead, she opts for a virtual visit, but anyone watching can see it's more than that. She wants the benefits without the work, the surgery without the sacrifice. Even through a screen, Dr. Now can tell she's not committed. Her words say yes, but her body language says otherwise. Change requires discomfort, discipline, and drive, and Lisa isn't showing any of it. All she's bringing to the table is excuses, and the table is always full.
Growing up, my life was chaotic. My dad was an alcoholic. He wasn't at first. He was a real good dad when we were younger, but then he got into drinking and started beating on my mom and everything.
After 3 to 4 years confined to her bed, Lisa finally seeks help, only to be told she needs to lose 50 pounds before surgery. She nods in agreement, wearing the same expression Dr. Now has seen 1,000 times, promises with no intention of keeping them. It's the look of someone saying whatever they need to get through the conversation. And while she claims she's ready to fight, her history suggests otherwise. She's been comfortable in this cycle for years. 50 pounds might as well be 1,000 when you're not even willing to start.
Okay, so what is your weight?
637.
You look like you could be a little bigger than that. So how old are you?
I'm 51.
Dr. Now can't wrap his head around it. If Lisa refuses physical therapy, why is she even seeking treatment? She says she wants change, but won't take the smallest step toward it. Literally, assistance is right there, and she waves it off like it's optional. He's seen it before, patients waiting for the magic to happen without lifting a finger. But weight loss isn't magic, it's grind. And Lisa isn't grinding, she's lounging. Every skipped therapy session is another nail in the coffin of her own recovery, and Dr. Now knows the hammer's in her hand.
If she given effort in that, then she should be able to lose enough weight to get out of the bed. But she's not able to do that. So why are you overfeeding her?
And she asked me not to get it for her.
Her partner's reaction says it all. Offense taken, problem ignored. Instead of absorbing Dr. Now's warning, he storms off in a cloud of curses, handing the laptop back to Lisa like a spoiled kid returning a toy. His pride outweighs her survival, and the result is as predictable as it is tragic. Without his cooperation, Lisa's situation is doomed. Enablers don't just supply the food, they shield the habit. And when you challenge the habit, you challenge the enabler. In this case, he'd rather walk away angry than walk towards saving her life.
Okay, you need to put that chocolate back and start doing that exercise, okay?
Okay.
And when PT comes, you work with them.
Okay.
Later, he claims he's not enabling Lisa while gulping down a massive soda. The irony is lost on him. Lisa, meanwhile, promises she'll follow Dr. Now's plan, but anyone who's watched her for more than 5 minutes knows those promises are hollow. Her voice lacks conviction. Her eyes are already drifting toward the kitchen. Every vow is just a temporary truce until the next craving. She plays the part of a willing patient for the cameras, but her loyalty lies with the plate, not the program, and Dr. Now can see straight through it.
Lisa, this is my specialty of working with people who struggle in their relationship with food. This is what I do every day.
They're wasting my time.
What would you rather be doing?
I don't know. Leave me alone, lady.
The cycle continues. Lisa refuses to work with her physical therapist, refusing even the smallest effort toward mobility. Her bed is her kingdom, her prison, and her coffin in waiting. Each session she skips deepens the trench she's dug herself into. The therapist, clearly defeated, knows the truth. Lisa's not fighting to live. She's nesting in her own decline. The fork is mightier than the plan, and she wields it without hesitation. At this point, progress isn't even in the vocabulary. It's just another word for something she'll never do.
I think it's going to be very hard to go home because Randy's not there. I got to go home to that empty house where I'm used to him being there and all of his stuff there. And he's just not going to be there.
Eventually, Dr. Now has his final conversation with Lisa, realizing she has no intention of making the changes required. She chooses the comfort of her bed over the discomfort of recovery. But then, tragedy strikes. Her longtime enabler, Randy, dies from COVID-19. The man who kept her supplied is gone, taken by the same poor health choices that now define her life. Suddenly, Lisa's alone. No one left to fetch her meals. No one left to shield her from reality. Just her, the silence, and the consequences she's spent years pretending didn't exist.
I tried. It felt good. Once I get my mind set to something, then I have no doubt that I can do it. My plan is to do my exercises, eat right.
Penny's situation isn't just bad, it's alarming. At 580 pounds, she's not technically the heaviest on the show, but her body's already shut down on movement. She's glued to the bed like a permanent fixture, every basic task outsourced to her husband. He cooks, he cleans, he carries the weight she refuses to lift. The only reason she's still alive isn't willpower or resilience, it's his relentless caretaking. Her world has shrunk to a mattress, 4 walls, and a man who hasn't yet walked away from the anchor she's become.
When you become as heavy as I have,
it's hard.
It's real hard. Sometimes it feels like I'm dead.
Being a mother should light a fire under anyone, but for Penny, even that takes a back seat to her morning plate. Before she'll consider change, she insists on a huge breakfast. The ritual comes first. It's as if food is her highest-ranking authority, and everything else, even her child's needs, waits its turn. The logic is warped. Eat now, fix life later. She speaks about surgery as if it's a magic trick, but her actions betray her. A real transformation starts with priorities. Hers still revolve around the next bite, not the next step.
Penny is very large, but to know her situation, I need to examine her and see how much she weighs. We're gonna check your weight now, okay?
The reasons for Penny to commit are stacked sky high. A child to raise, a husband's loyalty to honor, a life to reclaim. But once she reaches the hospital, the truth comes out on the scale. Her progress is barely a blip. The reading is almost meaningless to her. There's no shame, no urgency, just the same flat acceptance. Most patients flinch at bad numbers. Penny meets them with a shrug. It's like she's decided the fight was lost years ago, and now she's just coasting until the credits roll on her story.
I don't know the technical reason, but at 20 minutes, my fingers and lips get blue. Like right now, I'm starting to be very uncomfortable without the oxygen.
Her frame tips the scale at 530 pounds, and her height makes it even more crushing. She's admitted to the hospital, where the hope is that structure will spark effort. But Penny doesn't see this as a fresh start. To her, it's just a new stage to keep the same performance going. Excuses in place of action. The environment changes, but the mindset doesn't. She isn't there to fight for her life. She's there to buy more time without doing the work, and you can feel that resistance in every scene.
Good morning.
Hello.
So, how you feeling?
I definitely can feel the difference when I start losing weight. So I don't even have the roll that I normally punch my insulin into.
So you're missing your rolls?
I'm absolutely missing a roll.
Surgery finally gets the green light, and for most people, this is the make or break moment. For Penny, it's just another item on the calendar. She treats the operation like a pit stop instead of a lifeline. Recovery is supposed to be the launch pad for a healthier life, but with her, it's barely a pause. She talks about the future like it's already secured, yet her commitment stays in neutral. The hard part isn't behind her, it's right in front, but she's already coasting as though the work is done.
I want Ed to be just my husband and no longer my caretaker. I want to be able to surprise my son and pick him up at school.
Penny, right now, I want you just to focus on your breathing. Then you're going to start to get a little sleepy now.
This is my life, and I'm going to fight for this life.
Dr. Now gives her the all clear to start walking again. Her legs work, there's no physical barrier, yet Penny refuses. She chooses bed over movement, junk food over recovery. Instead of embracing the diet, she treats it like an optional suggestion. The baffling part? She's finding ways to sneak massive portions into the hospital. It's sabotage in broad daylight. Her lips swear she's following the plan, but the scale refuses to back her up. This isn't about capability anymore. It's about the will to even try, which she's lacking entirely.
Obviously, can't sleep with Penny. I know Liam can't wait for her to come home. That makes him happy.
This is the kitchen. This is what I like to drink. Dad likes to drink. Important for Mom.
The smuggling of food into a post-op recovery room is so absurd it almost feels fictional. But this isn't exaggeration. It's her reality. She denies, deflects, and invents reasons, yet the numbers reveal no progress. It's not magic keeping the weight on. It's choice. The problem is no longer misunderstanding. It's calculated avoidance. Dr. Now looks on in disbelief, watching someone turn the opportunity of a lifetime into an extended stay in the same misery. For her, the surgery wasn't a fresh start. It was just a new backdrop for the same play.
Change of environment may be a positive for her. Are you excited going home today?
I'm ready to go home today.
All right. Did I give you the booklet about diet?
Yeah, I have it in my
You have
folder.
it? If you have any problem, you call us.
Her behavior pushes Doctor now past the point of patience. She's gotten the procedure, survived recovery, and still insists on steering herself toward failure. Instead of seizing the chance, she doubles down on the same habits, feeding on fried food and lies. At this point, it's not about slipping up, it's about rejecting the process entirely. She treats every warning like background noise and every setback like someone else's fault. Dr. Now's had enough. The time and resources she's wasting could save someone else, and he knows it.
I cannot function without wontons. They're not the best thing for me. Tucking is out and it's gonna be like, why is she eating that? But I can eat all of this by myself, and it wouldn't be as detrimental to me as not eating.
He sends her home, not as a punishment, but because he knows she's using the hospital as a shield. Maybe without it, she'll realize what's at stake. But Penny's story so far doesn't suggest a turnaround. Back in her own space, the soda, cake, and fried food return like they never left. It's not ignorance. She knows exactly what they're doing to her. The truth is, she values her vices more than her health. That's the real diagnosis. Surgery can't fix that. Only she can, and she's not interested.
You haven't lost any weight. You gained weight since the surgery, okay? You should be right now walking. You should be around 250 pounds.
I feel that the scales were wrong in the beginning and that I weighed more than what that was.
Dr. Now, who's seen every type of patient imaginable, finally reaches his breaking point. He recognizes the difference between someone struggling and someone refusing. Penny's tears aren't a plea for help. They're another manipulation tactic in a long string of them. He doesn't scold. He simply walks out, leaving her to sit with the reality she's been avoiding. Because in the end, no surgery, no doctor, no plan can save a person determined to stay exactly where they are. For Penny, the weight isn't just on her body, it's her identity.
See, my son, he's not a candy eater, a cookie eater. He's got like set things that he gets a bedtime snack and one snack a day.
So we have some cereals here.
They're in there trying to make them throw away your cereal. Mommy said not till you're 18.